Let there be audience. Okay, hello, peoples. I think we are live.
Hi.
We have, yes, this side. We have Jake back from vacation, which is exciting. Is this working? Oh no, is Jake frozen? Jake, are you frozen? Hello, hello. Hi, Nemo. Hi, Bib. Hi, Tinguish. Jake, are you frozen? Did mentioning your vacation cause you to just freeze and in despair of being back? Poor Jake. Okay, hopefully that gets. Oh, are you back?
I think I spoke to. Okay. Okay.
We're back.
I don't want to say I'm back because I'm sure that it's going to jinx it.
Okay.
But I seem to be here for now.
I can presently see you and hear you.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we are carrying forth with the languages of Pillar World and working with mainly the set of like sound changes and various decisions leading to the Italianate daughter. And I think we have, let me pull up the doc. I can pull it up. No, I need to go this button. Okay, I think that works. Okay, that works. Yeah, Italianate, exactly. Italiant. Okay, Miles. So a couple brief, quick things that I did before or after the last stream, because I was
I'm
thinking
going to
on it.
refresh and see if that helps.
Okay.
Because I'm not really sure why I would have so many issues.
Yeah,
But
it's
I'm worried it's going to not jinx it. I'm worried it's going to kick me out. But we'll see.
okay.
Oh
Well, you
no.
can always come back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going the right way. At a moment of like, oh, is my head going the wrong way for the spinny? But while Jake is working on that, I will show you all what I have done because I was feeling in the mood of decision making. So what I did is, at least initially, I went through all the bits of daughters and granddaughters and great granddaughters that we've discussed having, and I assigned them roughly 2 numbers. So the one we're talking about now, the Italianate daughter, I have assigned to M, which is this friend here. So it will just have the single daughter. And then, which is where? Right here, this little pink blob over there. Hello. Wait, say something, Jake.
I hope
Okay.
I'm all right today.
I hear you. It's okay. We'll work with the chaos regardless. I'm not worried.
I'm not sure why my internet seems particularly bad today, but we'll see what's going on.
Who knows? But yes, I was saying M is the Italianate daughter, the pink one, the light pink one on the far right. And then we have the other ones we've talked about doing, the one with like a lot of agglutination, to do like a cycle of agglutinative, diffusional to isolative. That sequence can be over here. I should highlight it because you can't see my mouse. Over here, we can have the verbi ergative daughter over here, and then the Korean-esque daughter over here, which does mean that the one, what I've been calling it the archipelago, even though they're all probably going to be archipelagos of pillars, is C. So that'll be this yellow one right here, if you can see that. Yes. Jake? Are you there? I don't know. Okay. while we wait. I know Jake and so sad. Okay, what else can I talk about? So I also wrote some notes for the seed culture, which is very exciting. Just some high-level notes. I don't know if this actually is sufficient for what Jake was hoping I'd put together, which we'll find out eventually. But essentially, I just added the notes that they come from a single large volcanic / mountainous tropical island, probably with a series of like other islands around it, but like not super close together, you know. Mid-antiquity period, and then they'd have like advanced astronomy and sailing innovations, maybe some level of worship of the stars, very open to travelers and traders and open to sharing knowledge and culture. Relied a lot of fishing and some cultivation and tiered plots because it's very like mountainous. And then I had some notes on like they'd have a king, but wouldn't be like super centralized. Like this is probably still like mid-centralized and not like entirely autocratic. There'd be like series of representatives from different districts, which used to be separate ruling parts. Yeah, in a centralized location for trade, and then just some of the like crops they'd probably have that we can think about also for what they might have brought with them. What I'm doing, looking at the spec bio side of it and the environmental side of what they'd have. This is harking back to when Jake and I only communicated through writing in different colors in the doc. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, I guess worst case, Jake can yell at me from the chat. Worst case. Oh wait, I have messages on Discord from Jake. Okay, they're going to check that there's nothing that they can fix. Okay, worst case, yell at me in the chat and document. Okay. Hopefully we soon have a returning Jake. Okay, so what we had looked at last time, we have our phonology. Where were we? Trying to find it. Maybe a carrier pigeon flock is in order, which also I did watch a PBS documentary on pigeons and it was lovely. Pigeons are very cool, and the way they like trained like messenger pigeons and stuff was absolutely fascinating. Like, I don't think people realize how complicated of a process it was to like train and care for pigeons and like how complex like the pigeon messaging systems were. I don't know. I think they're fascinating. So we could potentially make some more words here while we wait for Jake. Trying to scroll on to where we were. Okay. Yeah, we have all our notes here on our cases. We don't have the exact rules for how we're going to do the vowel alternations, but we have that rough idea here set up. Our notes on grammatical. Ooh, wait. Hello.
Hello. I hope I'm here for more than 5 minutes this time.
You just have to talk fast when you're here, Jake.
Yeah, it's like I'm being teleported in and there's only so much power.
Yeah. Okay, I was just summarizing like what we had done last week with like the pluralities, and well, I mostly just said that we did this stuff. I didn't summarize it at length, but I think most everyone was here, so I'm not too worried about it. Excessive pluralities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any thoughts or feelings or anything about what has been decided last week?
I think it's good that you did it because I think otherwise I probably would have just made you do things that I would usually have done.
Throw a bit of chaos into the mix.
Like, yes. As oh no. Is my audio all right?
Yeah. At least to me.
I think it's the video that keeps going out of sync for me. I'll see. Anyway. Like, I don't tend to do that much with like if I'm gonna do plurals, I would probably just do one plural and call it a day. So this is like a good kind of push. I have been thinking about semantically motivated plurals, although that's
Mhm.
not what this is.
Mhm.
But like I'm gonna need to well, not just me. We're going to need to like work together and figure out kind of what's going on
Yeah.
because I feel like we've made a lot of the kind of some useful decisions but like it's how do we get there with what we have.
Mhm. Yeah, like, what's the path forward kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
um I'm curious now, um did you at one point you started talking about Lexigy. Have you tried anything with it yet?
So,
No. Okay.
it is I will, especially if you're like, "I need you to start looking at it before next week." If you tell me that at some point, I will definitely do it.
See, I don't know is like to me, having used it for quite a long time now, it's relatively intuitive.
Mm.
But I know that um for some people, um it's not linguisticy enough. But I don't
Mm.
know for you whether it will be too linguisticy or whether it will make sense or not.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, that's always something we could look at. But I mean,
Mhm,
I like to think that as a software engineer, I'd be able to, like, figure it out reasonably well, but
mhm.
who knows? Tinguish says, "Looking at your old word generator, Lexergy shouldn't be an issue." Okay. We'll see. But
Yeah.
I agree. I think it might be some of the, more linguistical concepts that I will need explained. Kind of like I typically, when I would do things like this, like a new tool or a new language, especially one that I'm not, like, fluent in, like programming language, I would need to make myself, like, a cheat sheet of all the little, like, differences and little rules that I need to remember, so that might need to be something I need to, like, find or make based off the things I don't understand, maybe. Um, Hello, Madam Knees.
Okay. So,
And thanks, Miles.
uh, the funny thing now is that I can't remember what Viv wrote and what I wrote. So
Which
I'm
section
like,
are you looking at?
did I tell you about the monster raving loony party, or was that Viv?
That was Bib,
That was Viv. Okay.
which I thought was so funny.
Um. Okay. Uh.
Yeah, because like, yeah, I don't really know what the next step is for doing this sort of thing. Like, do we need to go flesh out seed-lang things or proto-lang things to pull them down? Because like, we can't
Well,
really
really, I feel like there's kind of two things that you got into last week.
Mhm,
So, although there's kind of subsections as well. So these are all kind of very big goals. So if I how can I make uh I don't think that was necessarily right. Um I'm gonna just do like so Italianate sub and I'll date them. Okay. So there's kind of decide on cases, which is kind of where we left off, right? So
Yeah. And we've decided what the cases are, just not how the vowel something is gonna work.
So these ones in bold. If you click on my
No, you're in the notes section.
Okay, so I'm in the notes section.
If you go up to here, wait, here. Yes, there. Those are the cases.
Okay, cool.
So we
because I was there last week, but I think I missed maybe the very beginning or something.
Oh, I don't. We kind of hopped around a lot.
What happened?
We were just going with the vibes. But yeah, so we have the 5 cases, and instead of just doing a straight, each vowel has its own vowel, we'll have it based off vowel alternations. Potentially then change through sound. I don't really know how that'll work, but yeah.
So one thing we can do, and have I remembered this right? Yes. So the cases are very much likely to change through sound changes.
Okay. Even though they're not in the proto, because the proto is caseless.
Yes, this is part of the structure of this is that, and if I go back to the goals, so deciding on cases, so so specific cases you have done, but what still needs to be done is decide on timing of development. And then also sound changes to produce case alternation effects, right? So
well, the vowel alternation thing, right, or whatever.
Yes. So this would be produce case morphological alternation effects. Yes.
Okay.
So it's basically this. It's a little bit chicken and egg.
Okay.
So we want to decide on the timing and the forms. And then we also want to evolve them so that we get the kind of alternations that we want. But then you kind of have to then go back around the cycle to say what timing and sound changes are we using, and then make the forms that interact with them. I think that when David and Jesse do this, I think that quite often they get to a kind of effectively at the end of some sound changes, and they know that it's not final, but essentially they achieve a kind of sound that they like, and then progress with the grammar.
Okay.
But I think that for this, it is useful to have this in mind because we have a specific end product that we're already interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So, timing, sound changes, and then if we go again at the highest level, I forgot how the shortcut for that. So plurality.
Mm-hmm.
And there's both the proto stage where we want, and then there's the modern.
Mm-hmm.
So proto stage, we have reduplication.
Yeah, for
right?
plurality.
And
Oh
in the
yeah,
modern,
this is in the plurality section. Yeah. I can read.
we have the prefixing of numerals, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we have the you wanted singulative, dual, trial, or Bib said it very nicely, and I can't remember how. I think I just say trial.
I think it was trial. Something like that. Trial. I feel like it sounded like trial. Or trial. Trial. I feel like it was trial.
Mm-hmm.
Bib can yell at us if we're wrong. Because I know I was spelling it like Trille, just like based off how it sounded to me. So I think it was like trial.
Mm-hmm.
Or triol.
So
Roll.
you've gone all the way up to quintal, right?
Uh-huh.
And then there's also this small number many thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I think that like, so this stuff, like going back to the goals. So the reduplication is, I'm guessing, going to be more of a, well, actually, I need to talk to you about it. So
Okay.
I think this reduplication probably is the biggest thing to check with you.
Okay.
So let's prioritize that a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm trying to remember where. Okay. Okay. This is going to sound a little bit random.
Okay.
But I think it will help us be clear about what's going on. So let's make some words for food in the proto language.
Okay. So did we have any?
And specifically, I want this is, I'm gonna like pull the curtain up on my plans. I want things that will be obviously countable.
Okay.
Right. So is there, like, these people are from an Earth-like subtropical area, right? So there was probably some kind of fruit.
Yes, and I added some of those notes actually just now in the seed culture section. So coffee, sugar cane, papayas, bananas, sweet potatoes, beans, and squashes, and rice. At the very least, there's other things, but those are things that are probably fairly prominent in the diet.
Okay, I'm gonna copy that,
Mm.
and we're going to come down here, and I'm gonna date this section.
Oh no.
Okay. No, only because I think that this is a bit different from the section that is above.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. So, do you? Where did we get to? What do we mean by beans / squash? Is there
Types
going to
of
be?
beans and types of squashes.
Okay, so beans and
Squashes.
what do
Yeah.
you want to like come up with some beanses?
Oh gosh. Okay. Hold
Like,
on. Ooh, okay. That's a thing. Let
and
me
they
Google that.
also remember these don't have to be real.
They have to start real. These have to be real, Jake, because everything else in this world is going to be psycho bananas, but not actual bananas. So, like, we need some
But no,
touching
there are
feeling.
real bananas. There are real bananas.
Okay, yes. Okay, let's do asparagus bean, aka yard long bean.
Oh, I love yard long beans.
Yep. Bib apparently forgot to talk about associative plurals last time. Oh, we have a recommendation for what is that? Cannellini beans. I mean, that does sound Italian.
They are Italian.
Let's go with the wait. Where do they grow? Environment.
I don't think that they. I don't actually. I don't know if they are. And I think they're cannellini. No, I think I'm wrong. By the way, are they a kind of? Are they a kind of kidney bean? No.
I think so. They're not ideal for a tropical environment, unfortunately, so we cannot do the cannellini beans.
Okay.
Ooh, we should do winged beans.
Oh, like sato.
Maybe Goa beans. Goa
Winged bean.
Goa beans.
What I want to know is the Thai name, and I don't know how easy it is for me to find it.
Ooh. Yes. Okay. We're gonna say yes to Miles' suggestion for the Genkol beans because those look epic and very different from our other beans.
Jengkol is so clearly Indonesian or Malay. So see, these are from a legume tree.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got the asparagus / yard long beans. We've got
winged beans.
Winged beans, and we've got the Jenko beans.
Yes.
So with this, the squashes. Anyway, the I don't know how to best communicate what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, like I think that like we do you still have the root generator for this? Or do I need to generate some roots for us?
I do not still have it.
Okay, I will generate some ideas.
Okay.
I hope this comes out correctly. It's looking all right. Okay. Where is the best place for me to put these? I'll just put them underneath and we can delete the ones we don't use.
Okay. Well, you pull it. Do you want me to pull in some squash names?
If you want to do like 3 squashes and then see, calabaza is just one of the like okay, it is a kind of squash. But yeah, it's the generic name in Spanish for just a winter squash. But in English refers to a West Indian pumpkin. Interesting.
Yeah, it says, at least for what I'm looking at, that they're green-skinned pumpkins in the
Okay.
Caribbean. But
I just wanna like so green-skinned pumpkin.
Ooh. Does that really ooh, okay. Tromboncino is Italian but tropical. Maybe, is what this is saying. So we'll have a variant of it at least that grows in the tropics because it says it's tropical. I think there are these small little Persian squashes that are stuffed often. Ooh.
The gray one. So I can see sickle referred to in the name of a Mayan pumpkin seed dip. And I guess if it's like tropical zucchini alternative.
Yeah, that's what I was I just found like random like listings for like seeds and places you can buy stuff. Is it Kadu? Oh no, that's the name for the
Kadu.
Is that the squash or the name of the stuffed version?
Oh, I can't see the Kadu. Is this Nemo suggesting it or Miles?
I googled small Persian squashes.
Oh, okay.
Indian
because I think Kadu is also just one of the. I think that's Hindi, but I don't want to commit because
Nemo is saying Indian calabash is Kadu. Yes.
Yes.
So is that the dish? Or is that
I think that it just means like I'm gonna check it. Okay, so yeah, kaddu is a Hindi word from Persian that means squash or gourd.
Okay.
Okay. And this is kadu. If I hope I got that half right, rather than kadu.
Kadu.
Kosa or kusa squash? We should have done just like a food world building show instead of this silly language stuff.
Who needs language when you can just eat stuff?
Okay.
What we really should have done is just cooked everything. This should have been a cooking eating stream while we talked about world building.
Yeah. And so Kusa seems to be the name of the dish, and in English it looks like we just call the squash the okay, it's just described as being Wikipedia says it's just similar to to what I would call a courgette.
Mm. Right. The British version.
Are
That
they
word
gonna
still.
have eggplants slash aubergines?
Mhm. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. I think we should do it because brings in some more color. Let's put
Okay.
those. Slash aubergine. Is that you spell it? Oh,
Yes,
look at
that's
me
how
go.
we do it. Okay. So, I want you to like look at this list, and if these words kind of say something to you, then feel free to be like, oh, actually, I don't think bigolt is a coffee bean. I think it's a, I don't know, bowl. Then
Okay. Also, I added pomelos because I'm incredibly sad that I can't eat them due to medication I'm on. So, in spirit of that, we will have pomelos because they're delightful.
They are
Okay.
very fun, but I always feel disappointed that there's so little flesh in the middle.
You just eat like 5 of them. I have
I
this
think
like
that
little mini tiny spoon with little serrated edges, like a proper like mini grapefruit spoon for eating. I was so into it. Oh. Hello, George.
I think have you had a I don't know if juicy pomelos exist, but
Juicy pillow.
the one like a pomelo that isn't like kind of dry, because I think all of the ones I've had have been kind of dry, but I made salad with it.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
And George, a pomelo is like a small sweet grapefruit,
Wait. You think they're small?
aren't they? I mean, they're not
They're
small,
like the
but aren't they
size of my
smaller than
head.
grapefruits? Aren't they smaller than grapefruits, or are they larger than grapefruits?
I think the fruit itself is about the same size, but they have very thick skin.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, and this is saying they're larger. All right, I'm just crazy. Because they're like this big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I picture grapefruits being probably because I don't really like grapefruit, so I'm not super familiar with them. The largest commercial citrus. Hell yeah. Absolutely. All right.
There
Okay.
are some Sicilian lemons that are huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like you Oh, and I like if we have no, I don't know. I'll see if it's still all right next week. I have a Buddha hand in my fridge.
Okay.
Like it's one of those I don't think you can really do very much with it. Like I think I could probably zest it. But yeah, like um it's like apparently you can use them. Yeah, you'd use the zest to flavor things.
Mm-hmm.
Um they look really funny. Um anyway.
Ooh. Cubplo. What is a cubplo? I like that word. You know what? Do I just remove it from the list? And do I do that? Is that what you want me to do?
Yep.
Cubplo for pomelo. Because it just has that same round cubplo to it, you know? Sounds round.
Uh-huh.
Uppy? Okay.
Oop oop oopie.
Uppy. Uppy. I feel like that's rice.
Uh-huh. And this
Vibes
is
rice.
the other thing. So I'm gonna say like is this like a like you could say in English you can at certain times use rice to mean a rice plant or a rice grain, is this like a very generic word for rice, or is it like a specific thing?
I think we had said if you didn't. Okay. I think it would be the general term for rice, which would be the non-pluralized one, because I think we're saying if you don't apply a plurality, it just means, well, no. You could either probably say, okay, I think it means like the plant. And if you were saying rice like the thing you were eating, you'd want to use the many rice plurality, like lots of little rices. I feel like that's the vibe.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Marach. What is marach? Wait, how would you say this? Echrelp? Elchrelp? With the aspirated, like
Echrelp.
That sounds awful. So in spirit of the chat, we will make that eggplant. Because they were all saying they hate eggplant. This is for all of you in the chat that hate eggplant. Okay.
It sounds like you took the first part of eggplant and then put crap on it.
Yeah, it does kind of, doesn't it? Okay. Techno key. Let's make that these like long beans. Okay. And then let's find something for sweet potato. Ooh.
Now, I don't know if we allow a long vowel there. I think that we would allow it in a compound potentially. So we can leave it there. I guess the thing is we're developing this so that we can have a look at cases, right?
Yeah.
So if you start off with a form like cli, and I'm not saying that this is definitely going to be the case, but if one of our case endings is just e, then you would end up with like cli.
Yeah. Which is a choice.
Yeah. I'm going to go back and check our phonology.
Okay. Ooh, that'll be coffee. That's like depa. Depa.
Depa.
Yeah. That's why you use repair consonants. Okay, we need papayas. Little cute little papayas.
And remember that you can take stuff out quite easily. If you want to add something in, then you can check with me if it is allowed.
Okay. Like if I want to add like letters to one of these, or
yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm feeling the vibes. I feel like we have lots of great. Oh, I haven't done any of the squashes. Okay. So we have the little round one. Let's do that one first. The little round boy. Ooh, this one.
Okay.
Okay. And then our little like this cracks me up because if it's like a zucchini, then it is sort of shaped like a baguette. And that word just looks like fancy baguette to me. So
well, the et part is the same.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure.
We'll use
it's just the feminine diminutive. So yeah, courge is a marrow. So courgette is a little marrow.
Okay.
And a baguette
Oh,
it's a borrowed from baguette. Baguetta. So they are not the same. I lied to you. I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
A clerk.
Yeah. It kind of like made me think of like, that's very long, you know? Yep. No jokes, Miles.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I picked something for all of them.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna delete these unless you want to have one last look for anything you really like.
Murder them.
Okay. So this is where it is actually going to be an interesting one. So let's go to grammar, proto-grammar. Okay, so nouns, number, duplication. So this is going to be level 2. No, this is already level 3. And this is level 4. Okay. So number in the seed lang is marked by duplication. Okay. I want to go back to the food section. And I'm just going to copy this.
Okay.
So there's different kinds of reduplication.
Okay.
So full reduplication is the fairly classic. So I'm going to do a separate section. So unmarked nouns in the seed lang are singular. I don't think that was really doing everything I needed it to. So coffee and rice, these are both going to be the plants, right? Or is the
But now I'm rethinking my choices. Because this is the proto language where
what are you thinking about?
I feel like I want a consistent scheme where like either you would have a consistent way of saying like the fruit or whatever of versus like the plant of, but like which one is going to like have to be specified and which one isn't, you know? I feel like maybe
you can use one thing for both.
I can.
Yes.
Then I mean they all mean both.
Okay. You will need a way to distinguish them when it's relevant, but you can do it by like, do you want to just make a word for so coffee is from a tree?
Coffee? It's like a bushy type thing. I mean, I think you can have it grown in different ways. Yeah. We are growing some downstairs.
So, shrub.
Mhm.
Do you? Well, what exactly it is isn't super important. It's so if the do you want if we make a word for shrub,
Mhm.
I'll generate 10 and we can
Mhm. And does
should
that mean we'd have, like, tree and vine and stuff too?
yeah, it would mean that we can do a little noun phrase as well.
Ooh, okay,
Now,
okay.
we do at some point we'll want to and also you can also like say that you like this bit, but not
Mm,
this bit. You could also say, "Oh, I want to make the word for shrub, trelb." I
mm.
don't think I did that very trelb, yeah, trelb,
Trelb.
or uh, ort,
Mm.
yeah.
I just
Ugly,
wanna say real quick, ugri needs to be grass, just so we would have to say something like "Upi ugri." That's grass.
okay.
But for shrug,
Well, would a rice plant be a rice grass then?
yeah.
Okay, so it's a grass slash uh so it's grass in both count and non-count senses. For example, a rice plant would
Mm.
be one of these. When we have like a proper dictionary, we can make this work a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. I like saying, having to say those together, I feel like is delightful. Or if you're specifically saying, like, rice plant, you know? Brilliant.
Do we have a word for seed yet?
Uh,
It's on the list of plant words that you have, but I don't think we have a word for it yet.
no, we do not. Same with, like we had a few other things like, well, most of these are, like, true things, like sago palm. Oh, look, what is it called? Um, sago. We also want sago. Well, we can worry about that another time, but those would be more fruity vegetable things we need. Would be sago, mushroom, seed. But yeah, we need seed too.
Okay, so it's mostly. Do any of these feel like seed for you?
Seed.
Hmm. And it
This one.
doesn't have to be disyllabic either. Okay. BT. Um, let's save these. Okay. So let's not worry quite so much about these right now. Let's go with the more so like papayas, for example.
Mm.
So glujik.
Yeah.
And in IPA, this would be GLUJIK.
Okay.
So full reduplication would mean that you have to say glujik, glujik. To
I think
say,
they only want to duplicate the first syllable,
okay.
the first bit, like the first. Yeah.
So glujik
Gluyik. Yeah.
as papayas.
Mhm.
Okay, that's different to what I was thinking of, but that is fine.
Okay.
Because I was thinking of whether this would be glujikik.
Gluyikik.
Um, But no, if you've already decided, it means that I didn't need to worry about doing quite so much this. So by partial initial reduplication. Okay. Where the first. Now, do we have a good example here? We're going to do aubergines. Okay. So, kralp. Actually, no, this isn't that bad. It would just be kral. Yeah. That's not that bad. It's well, I assume that was what you wanted, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm not sure if there is a. I guess it would be something like it would need to be like Audrey. Audrey is one of these ones. So Audrey. That's not what I'm supposed to use. I'm supposed to use this one. So Audrey, when you put it into IPA, would be most likely something more like this.
Yeah.
Because based on the maximum onset rule, 3 is a licit onset.
Yeah.
So would the reduplication make it Audrey or Audrey? Or you could say that it picks up the last consonant and it would be Ododri. I
like that one. I like that one.
Okay. I'm going to check the I'm reading Miles's comment.
Okay.
I think the CUH is supposed to be such. I was like, what is interpreted as ka? Okay. So where the first syllable and is reduplicated if a form is, and you don't always want the, so in a form like camel, let's just write this in on here. So
the depot.
Yeah, so this is also where the stress is going to cause some changes.
Yeah.
So this would become dedepa.
Dedepa. Oh. Okay.
And so this is also, I think that we interpret this as a single unit, which would mean it would be an echecha.
Yeah. Yeah. I would assume that's the same. Ugh.
And this is a glue yik. This would be a plarplarchi.
Yeah, plarplarchi. I love that. Plarplarchi. Plarplarchi.
I think they sound good.
Yeah, they
Mm.
might. So this one would be
So for that you're doing
Mamarach.
mamarach.
Mamarach. That sounds so cool. I'm into it. 10 out of 10.
Okay. So if a form is vowel initial, it will also pick reduplicate the next it will also reduplicate the initial consonant of a following syllable if no coda is present. So this is kakamul.
Come on. It sounds very cool.
And grul grulto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And ododri.
Mm-hmm.
Glirg glirg.
I'm into it.
And yeah, chichekle. Oh no. Check. So yeah, with here, this is the coda. So I think it would end up as checkle.
Which, I mean, this would probably end up going away, but I guess we need to make an official rule for that.
Yes, because this could be where geminates come from. So that will be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Ugugri and DDT.
DDT. 10 out of 10. Love it.
Okay. So
I'm
yeah,
very happy with my choices.
That was faster than I thought. It also means that your plural marking is essentially happening kind of before the root in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So what that means is that when I'm thinking about like these goals, your numerals are basically already going to so that's there, and then cases number. So plurality markers always become a prefix.
Mm-hmm.
Which would mean that plurality, is always there.
Mm-hmm.
Reduplication. It means that the so when you add these numbers on,
yeah,
so required for all of these things. These words are added, minimum marker on noun. Yes. Okay. This is all old stuff when I was trying to convince you about grammar things.
Yeah.
So, yes. You have two options really with this final vowel thing. I think I've jumped too quickly from one part to another because we're looking. You have your nouns, right?
Mhm.
And now I thought that there was a possibility that if we think about like Audrey,
Mhm.
that we were gonna have Audridri or something
Mhm.
to that effect, and that this was gonna end up in the same plot as the case stuff. But
Oh,
no,
no, yeah, they'll be separated. It is our case and plurality sandwich.
yes.
Mm.
Well, it's not really a sandwich because the two aren't interacting, right? So
Mm.
there's nothing in the number marking really that if there's anything that is potentially changing anything, it's that the plural nouns are going to shift the stress like a syllable back,
Mm, mhm,
um,
mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So um, you go from depa to depa, or like it depends on how strong the secondary stress is. Because at the
Mm.
moment we're focusing on the left edge, right?
Mhm.
So echa becomes echacha, or echacha, echacha, echacha. I feel like I'm not very good at the double stressing thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, you get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, yeah, there's some weirdness there.
Well, you can say because these affixes can resist stress shift.
Mm.
Um, oh, I love how everyone's just arguing about food in the chat.
Yes. Drive safely, Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I do kind of like the idea of when we're adding the prefixes, maybe it doesn't change it because then it still sounds the same. Like, I think
mhm,
that could be interesting.
mhm. Oh, you doubled the long vowel.
I wasn't really sure if I should just double the first part or I don't know. So I just doubled it.
So I think that what. Let me go back to the words that you had coined and have a look. I think that you actually reduced all of your vowel combinations. It was one of the things that you did without thinking about it too much.
Okay.
Um,
So we should
like
be consistent.
in Gereari. And now I'm not sure how that happened because it became Gerati. Um, but Paho Achito. Yes, so like here you have gunajo, which is from gu plus unajo
Mhm. Yes,
or
I reduced
unajo.
yeah.
So we're not doing vowels in sequence, which is just a product of the generator because it is it would take a little bit longer than nothing to to stop it from doing that.
Yeah.
Okay,
But we
so
can use our brain a little bit, that's okay.
yeah, and this would also make it make more sense why the consonant is reintroduced, you know?
Mhm.
So we aren't putting stress on the reduplicated segment though, is what you're saying. So
Let's
it's
do that. Let's yeah.
dedepa, echecha, glugluyik,
Yep.
larplarchi, mamarach.
Yeah. Which is fun because then you need to know what you're reading, which is fun.
It's fine. It means that like it's going to be a little bit harder to code. But that's fine. Because not every you get languages that have more fixed stress and you have languages with less fixed stress.
Okay.
So in Spanish, you don't tend to have stress. No, stress does move about in Spanish, but you kind of have certain syllables that in Latin were stressed, and that it's a terrible example. Anyway, the language that I tend to think of for not fixed, fixed location, but not fixed in the word is Polish, because Polish, it's always on the penultimate syllable, but you get lots of case endings at the ends of words, which means that when you have the nominative, the stress is usually earlier in the root, and if you add a case suffix, the stress moves forward one, basically, or two. There are some case endings, as far as I can remember, that have two syllables. What would we need macrons for, George? We can just use acute accents for the stress when we get there, I think. I don't think that long vowels sound very Italian either, so even if they do pop up, we probably won't keep them.
We'll just murder them away
for
not fitting the vibe. Very good. Okay.
Okay. Where was I? And you? Okay, so clee is now clee and not clee. Rip clee F in the chat for the long.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you have precedents that you have to remember. Once you decide that something works a certain way, this is what happens.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to make the words for the numbers yet.
Like having at least 1 through 5, because then those would be used in the daughter lang to create the prefixes.
Yes. And I say I don't know if you want to make them yet because you probably would choose to have them be relatively distinct to avoid them being... I feel like you would want them not to get lost. And then also so that you can have a little bit more control what they sound like.
Okay. So maybe once we have the sound changes set up, we like play with them to see what they'll sound like at the end.
Yeah, although the big thing will just be the initials.
Mhm.
Uh, but okay. I think that having done the reduplication and knowing how that works, we've probably moved towards the case stuff.
Okay.
So I sent you a voice note from a beach in Malaga.
Yes. Very rudely from the beach.
I don't think it's rude to send someone a voice note from the beach.
I more the like you're on the beach, not the like it being rude to do that on the beach. And it was a joke, but yes.
Oh. Okay.
Like how dare you go on vacation?
Oh, yes. How dare I? And this was so you don't really do viewer polls, do you?
I mean we can. Like if there's something where like we just can't decide on something, we totally can. Um I'm not
Well,
against the
if
concept.
this were Let's Have a Booba, there's a couple of things
Okay.
that I am thinking about right now. And there's one which would be what is the base for the number system?
Hmm.
And I guess really the question is it 5 slash is there a sub base of 5? Because you go up to quintal, right?
Hmm.
So one thought I have is, does that then mean that 6 becomes your word for your kind of biggest plural? Only based on the fact that in actually, I don't know how many times it has happened in these Australian languages, but you'll often end up with the 2 kind of just directly marked on. And then the 3 will often become just a plural marker.
Hmm.
But if you already have your reduplication there,
Yeah, because that would be the small, like the small group. So I don't feel like we'd see that here, even though that would be cool. Unless we could pick like a random big number and make that like a large number is just like I don't know.
well, in this system, it's that 3 is just the number above the smallest one, which is 2. Whereas
Uh,
that's why I was suggesting 6, because 6
mm,
is bigger than 5.
yeah.
Um, Hi, Florissa?
Floriser? Floriser?
Florice.
Floriser. We need the
Uh,
IPA pronunciation, okay, thanks. And then Jake will read it to me.
mhm. Um, you don't, because we already have the plural thing. Anyway, so yeah, number bases. And then the other thing is, so coda consonant. It will sound a lot more Italian as soon as we have predominantly vowel final forms.
Yes.
But we allow an approximant and a consonant at the ends of words.
Yeah.
So you, so if we subtract, then it would be lose final consonants entirely and gain them back with case suffixes. is kind of one answer.
Okay.
So let me go back to the numbers section, and I want a word that ends, yes, like a clerk. So which is the zucchetta. So one option would be that you lose these coda consonants entirely, and we end up with something like éclat. And you could play around with the effects of it. But essentially, that's what you're going towards.
Okay.
And then there's a kind of middle stage where you would allow the R to stay, but you would lose the K. So it would be an éclair. And that's kind of on the smaller side from your éclair. And then I had a suggestion, which was that we partly as part of this system, if a word ends in a consonant, it would take a final schwa as a repair strategy.
Okay.
And because this is relative to the other cases, this would essentially be a marked nominative for consonant final words.
Oh. Ooh, I like that.
So this actually isn't a bad example of what I was thinking about. So we also had been suggesting that some of these would just be vowels, right?
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about, we also have an A and a schwa versus schwa distinction. And one thing that I had thought of was, if this A is considered front enough, then éclair could become, well, at the moment do we have the Italian, the spirantization? We have this one. It's the, yes, we have affrication already. So part of it is that it might be, well, I guess that you can do things. You can do things more than once. Although I think that it sounds slightly insane to me when I think about doing it now. Where was I?
Because you're thinking about where this should happen in the sound change steps?
Well, essentially what I would be looking to achieve would be that a clerca becomes something like this final K. I would want to become, and I'm gonna do it in my PA, that should end up something like cha. Well, this would become final. If I do so via a partially lowered one that then ends up as ka.
Okay.
The nominative. And this could be, you probably wouldn't want A versus A with a palatalization for your nominative accusative distinction. But maybe for genitive, dative, or locative, it will be.
Okay.
So let's go with locative for now. Although I feel like vowel consonant alternation for locative. Yeah, why not? And yeah, okay. Have I told you about index diachronica before?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. Or at least I have forgotten.
I'm gonna send you a link to one of the most visually assaulting websites that I regularly use. So you're gonna see, like, I don't know. I think you can just, if you put it on screen, then I can like guide you through.
Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Okay, so you'll want to zoom in a bit. So you can see here you have all of your kind of, not all of them. You have almost all of your IPA characters in the table. Don't worry about anything beneath or above the tables right now.
Okay.
So the sound that I like, so I'm thinking of a particular sound change, right? Which would be A, producing some kind of palatalization. So what I'm going to do is I click on the A in the vowel table.
The regular looking A?
Yeah, the regular, well, that's the A. And what I'm thinking about is A going to ya. And if that's a thing, or if all it does is kind of palatalize the consonant. So
Okay.
if you Control F and look up ya with a J, because this is all in
A.
right? Yes, and just go through, and what we're looking for is yeah on the other side. So none of those match. I think it's probably not going to happen. Here we go. So no, this is saying that ia and iu go to ya and yu. So there's I to ya, yan. Yeah, Nemo, it's not yeah that I'm looking for. It's this idea essentially that the vowel is breaking in a particular way, I guess. But I don't think that it's gonna happen for us.
You have E to ya, or to ya.
Um,
This This is the closest one I've seen so far, but we're
Mhm.
only halfway through the document,
So
so.
the other thing that you have to remember is that this has a lot of dodgy sound changes in it as well.
Okay.
So some of these you can trust, and some of them you absolutely cannot trust.
This says Jake.
I don't know how I've never noticed that before. I feel like having used this for so long, I must have had some sense that it was in there.
Nope, we're back to the beginning.
Okay, so that plan didn't work. I do think though that because we made the choice basically not to leave in the L's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was gonna say that I have seen if you go to the really front there's you can see it breaking to A, but not to ya. Apart from there's a sound change that is described as Proto-Altaic to something else. It was Proto-Altaic to Proto-Tungusic that has
8.4.
go to ya. And it's the kind of thing that I was thinking about, but it's Proto-Altaic isn't a language family that is believed by anyone very serious about these things, apart from the people who have made it their whole lives. So I would not suggest that we look at Proto-Altaic and say, yes, this is the perfect example of what we should be modeling.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is that they have this happening when there is a following E vowel, a following I. And so you wouldn't really be able to say necessarily, even if this were true, you wouldn't necessarily want it to be that this was your kind of source.
Okay.
I still think that it could work. It would just be a little bit more of a radical change. So this happened in French. So in Latin, you have words that start with a letter C, but they would have been pronounced with a k sound.
Okay.
So, for example, catus, then in Spanish became gato, right? Whereas in French, you have a palatalization from the A that makes it sh. So it becomes sha eventually. So you have, for example, chain was catena, which in Spanish became cadena with a k sound, but in French became shun. Or carus, deer, which is related to Spanish, like caro, I guess,
Mhm.
or cariño would be like in the same sense of dear. But in French, that becomes cher.
Hmm.
But I don't think that. Oh, did that? I think that also must have affected the alveolar consonants. I don't think that it would really make sense for it to affect the velar consonants and not the. However, there are cases where they come out differently. So, tia comes out as ts, but kia comes out as ch, which is kind of what I'm interested in.
Okay.
Um,
And Thinguish is asking if there was an intermediate. I don't remember. Is that?
yes, that's ch.
Okay. And then apparently K to TS in Pi to Proto-Slavic before the
As
from.
his ah.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it absolutely can palatalize there.
Mm.
It's also the effects on everything else, and also just if it makes sense, considering that we already have th and ch. It may well just be that we extend. We can just have a palatalization rule that comes later, to be honest.
Okay. Let's just do that. Keep it simple.
Mhm.
Do we still need this diachronica thing?
No, you can close that because I've shown you it and you can see, like, it's not. There's a much better resource that I can also share with you that was, I think, made by William Annis.
Okay.
And it's called Patterns of Allophony. And
Ooh.
that one is a lot more reliable.
Okay.
It may actually have this K thing in there. So if I go to K, does it have this shift that I am interested in, where it becomes a palatal? So it doesn't. I don't have it going to the alveolar palatal, which makes sense because usually it would go to a post-alveolar.
Mm.
But that one's not in there either. So William Alice is not saying that no, it's impossible, but it's not a widely accepted allophonic variation, basically.
Okay.
So this would, but it's not worth worrying about it if you. Where did I make those notes? I don't know how I get anything done because I feel like I start making stuff and then I forget. It's this thing. So if you did want to just you could really go either way. This is why I was gonna say if this were a Let's Have a Booba, we do
Yeah.
a poll. Because having random consonants that that like pop up, because you would end up with in this pattern, you would say you have ak, and then your L would likely palatalize to the y, or probably most likely.
Okay.
Aker, and then we'd end up as intermedio akerka, something like that.
Okay.
It could end up as a chercha. And then even then, that may well just end up making a geminate or something. So it'd be a checha. Versus like I'd probably end up spelling it like that, acerca slash acerca.
So
Which spelling it this way doesn't look very Italian, I know. And we can have a conversation about romanization at some point.
Okay. So let me just make sure I understand the decision we're looking at here, right? We're trying to figure out how to get that final vowel, or how to get it to end in a vowel before adding the case on at the end. And we're considering either we add this basic one if it's a consonant final word, and then we can add our case marking, or doing something like this.
No, this would be saying if we go up here, right? So this has previous vowels and then A, E, I, O, U.
Yeah. Yeah, for the alternation.
Yeah.
Well, there'll always be a previous vowel, right?
What?
There'll always be a previous vowel, won't there? Unless it's like a word with no vowels at all.
There will be a previous. So, when you look at Bib's example, right? So
Here's Bib's example.
You have vowel length here and the vowel breaking, but it was something along the lines of
oh, the vowel breaking thing.
Yes.
Okay, that's a separate. Okay. Separate thing.
It was like the suggestion was, for example, something like gu as a case marker, right? Like a very old case marker. So if you have a word that ends in a vowel, like ehika, which is wind, and gu is the accusative, say, then it would be that in the accusative, you would have ehikagu, which become something very like passing over quite a lot of history. It would be ehikau or ahikau, and this would become ehiko, and you would end up with like this is ignoring a whole load of other sound changes that could possibly happen. But
okay. I think I misunderstood what this meant then.
What meant?
The vowel alternation thing. I thought it was just saying that which ending you get is based off whatever the previous vowel was. So, like, for nominative, if the vowel before it was an A, you would get this ending, whereas if it was an O, you would get this ending, but the endings wouldn't be consistent for each case type. You'd have to look at what the previous vowel was to understand what the case type was. I thought that was what it meant.
There's like, I think there's like, from my perspective, kind of two parts to it, right?
Okay.
So then if you compare it with rain cloud is gudo, I think.
Okay.
So if you have gudo as your word for rain cloud, and then you have gudogu, that we're saying basically that one of the things is that this G just gets lost. So you would go to gudo, which would probably also just end up as gudu, which could be cool, or gudo again. Like both of those would make sense from that. And you basically would have words that were always ending in O that end in O in both cases. But if you make the locative this A suffix, right?
Okay.
Then you would basically force the vowel alternation to work differently. So ehika, and like this long A could back to ehiko, which would mean that you would have a locative and accusative be the same, but your nominative would be different. But good.
Okay. I think I am on the page that you're on now, or at least I'm like vaguely aware that that page exists now.
Or gudoa could just end up as guda. I don't know. Like this is not the reason why that you do all of these steps is so that you don't just try and justify it with this kind of broad brush strokes.
Yeah. David and Jesse would like us to start over now. Well, they wouldn't know where we started because they weren't here last week, so we can just tell them we started over.
I'm just like trying to. So I also noticed that Bib has chimed in because I
Yes.
was a bit worried that like
I'm just crazy. That's the conclusion is I'm crazy.
No, because if this was a different style of system that we were thinking about, right? So did Viv talk to you about Turkish last time? I feel like Turkish is like a fan favorite language in the community. I know a little bit of Turkish, but not enough to provide on the fly examples. So also though, I'm sure that if people will come in with examples. So like in Turkish, the case endings vary in the way they sound based on as you say, a previous vowel, whether or not there is an intervening consonant. So,
Okay. Yeah.
for example, kedi, which means cat, or it should be slightly more palatalized. So would become kedi. No, the stress doesn't move. It's spelled Kediyi. I
Okay.
think it's supposed to be a long vowel, but I'm not very good at pronouncing this yet. But for araba, which is a car, it becomes arabai. I, 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 arabai. Anyway,
Okay.
I think these vowels, although I know you really don't like this vowel, so apparently bridge is köprü. It's the U vowel. U. Like if you look at the video, it's your lips are like out. Like I remember this, but is this even the right vowel? I remember thinking about this last time. It was the word "zhu," "zhu." It's a different vowel. It was the fact that your lips when you pronounce these rounded vowels in some languages tend to be a lot more protruded in some languages than others.
Okay.
So in English, you can get away with more centrally less rounded, I would guess, vowels, where you don't have to do a pout when you
No pout required.
yeah. Whereas I've heard it said even that in French, if you aren't alternating between a kind of like protruded and relaxed lips, that you're not speaking it correctly.
Okay.
Obviously, depending on what you're saying, you're not always going to end up with like but it will help you if you get used to protruding your lips when you pronounce. I don't know where I was going with. Oh, it was because of the case thing. That's where I was going. So
Also, I think we should make it a poll.
Kupriye. Yeah. Oh no, that was the dative. It was so the accusative is kupriyu and the dative is kupriye. Because u is high and e is low, and they're both front, right?
Yeah.
U, e. Whereas for the back one, like the topic, konuyu, David, that was a broad brushstrokes example.
David is worried.
I don't think that are going to O is that rude. Anyway, it would be through a back R and then that raising to O to O. Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, Turkish works like that, the way you described. So don't think that you're silly for thinking that's how it could work, because it absolutely could work like that. But I don't think that we're thinking of doing it like that this time.
Brilliant.
Because if we did it like that, then you wouldn't. Oh, and now I'm thinking of Afrohili. Afrohili has a really cool thing as well, but I don't know enough about it to describe it off the top of my head.
Okay.
This is very specifically not. It's like we can, rather than calling it previous vowel, you can call it the final phone.
Oh. Triangle vowel harmony? Final phone. I like it. I like it. David
Yeah.
says vowel triangle. George says vowel triangle? Triangle vowel harmony question mark. And Bib was also going to bring up Afrahili. From a point vowel in the triangle to a side vowel. From singular to plural. It has 7 vowels. What? I'm so confused, but okay.
It's really not natural, and I don't think that it's helpful, but
Example incoming. All right. We're here for the example. If we are gonna do oh gosh, I've already forgotten what they're called. The thing where people can vote. A vote?
a poll.
A poll. A poll. I can pull that up and you'll just have to tell me like how to official words put it in there. Is that a thing I'm doing? Am I pulling it up? Are we doing it just for funsies?
We can do it as a well, you've never done a poll that has held you to doing something, right? So
I might have at some point, like just like I feel like there was well, no, maybe not with Conlanging. I've done it with other things. Those are cool examples.
I have real examples. So they have, for example, they have boy and boys. So boy would be omulenzi, and when you go from singular to plural, the plural is formed by making the initial vowel the same as the final vowel. So omulenzi in plural is imulenzi. But language, which is oluga, becomes languages aluga. And you can derive things from other things, and there's like yeah.
Very good.
I think that it would be cool, but also defeat the point of trying to teach you the diachronic method and then try and aim for something that's like completely opposite.
I could see your hesitation in theory.
Okay, so it was do we do surprise consonant or loads of A, basically?
Okay, surprise consonant or loads of A. Let's see if I can figure this out. It will briefly play us talking before I can mute it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Poll. Surprise consonant. And I never remember the first R in surprise. And then lots of A.
And by lots of okay. This is basically just a way to make schwa a like a one of the vowels without it going crazy. Oh, also, if it's on YouTube, that means that if I am sneaky, I can also vote in this.
Yes, I cannot vote. Well, I could go to my
You could go to
other
Natalie James
YouTube
Wright.
account and pull it up and then vote.
I think I'm the only one who liked my idea, which was had by the beach in Malaga. Yeah.
Someone else voted for it.
Oh.
Ban Jake has a boo from the chat. English is not clear on the options. Can you do another quick rundown of the options?
Okay, so the surprise consonant option, it would basically mean that the you wouldn't be able to tell from the accusative form, no, nominative form, what a final consonant was. So if we go to the examples, right? So in a word like your lodge, basalt here, we would drop this final consonant in the nominative form. So it would just be yurlo, or whatever this comes up as. Yes, a denisated consonant that resurfaces. Whereas the lots of A option would be to create a distinction, likely of palatalization, between a schwa, which doesn't palatalize, and an a, which is going to be a front a, which produces a consonant variation between it could even just be that you use a consonant with it, right? So if it was, this is probably like confusing what people would have voted for, but anyway, I don't care. If the dative, was it the dative? No, it was the locative we were saying would be with a.
Yeah.
Like you could even just say that it was ta, and it would always come out as ta, because we wanted plenty of ta, right?
Ta. Yeah. Good vibe.
And then you would have a distinction between your lotcha, which was from a schwa, versus, I don't know how we would resolve your lot. Your lotcha. Like probably this would just end up as your lotcha. With this is why using IPA helps, because I would, and I'm the one who is not using it, which is so my bad. But your lodge sa becoming your lodge. Also, we've sometimes been using these, but quite often we've been using this. So your lodge. Your lodge. Although probably, as per George's recommendation, we would just write it like that. Your lodge. Or it could be just your lodge.
Yeah. Well, we have 8 votes in, and 88% are voting for surprise consonant.
Yeah, so people don't want to mess around with the schwa.
Yeah. Which I will say, I do think I understood the first option better.
Well, the first option is less complicated.
Yeah.
It's never the wrong choice just to cut consonants off the ends of words.
Yeah.
Like people do it all the time.
Okay. So with that decision,
Mhm.
with that decision, it's 5:00. Well, it's 5:05.
5 past 5 for
5 past.
you.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anything else we needed to wrap up with that? Or
I want to say apologies to people who didn't get to see me earlier. This doesn't include David and Jesse, who showed up late for my Wi-Fi issues.
oh, yeah.
I hope that I don't have any issues tomorrow,
Mhm.
where me and Miles will be making huge numbers of pronouns. Just
Ooh,
huge numbers of pronouns.
that'll be fun.
Um,
Yes. Let's have a booba
and
tomorrow.
yeah, like I will chat with Maddie and see what we do next week, which is
Mhm.
probably just going to be more cases stuff.
Yeah, sounds about right.
A
And I
Miles
might
challenge stream would be so chaotic.
a
It
what
would
stream?
be Miles and Maddie stream.
Oh, to complete the triangle? Hit me up, Miles, we'll talk.
Yeah, but you'd have to do it later, I think.
I mean, I'm awake.
Yeah, you're more
Maybe.
awake than I am.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, bye
Um,
everyone.
yep, brilliant. Yes, we'd both be distracted by chat. We'd get nothing done. Okay, yes. Goodbye, everybody. Let's have a boba tomorrow. Potion streaming on Wednesday.
Oh, is Aaron back?
Part 2, yeah, with Aaron. We're doing a part 2. Thursday is Lang time. Nothing's on Friday. Saturday is Conlanging, right?
I can't believe David just keeps lying in chat. Just lying all the time.
Yes. All right. Have a wonderful week, everybody.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.